Hello, I am Steven, the calculator guy, and I got a lot of requests to do a new bonding video or minting video with Wonderland time since I put out the bonding versus staking calculator video. So, first and foremost, let's look at which ones are profitable. So I'm going to start with the 424 single side staking. That'd be kind of easy, right? So let's type in 4.24. Looks like staking is technically a better option. The fee is around $1 with Avalanche right now, so it looks like it's taking more than enough to make staking still a better option. 9.58 versus 9.74. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to look at the time AVAX LP, 4.76. So I type in 4.76 here, and bonding is better. So what do I have to do? Well, with this, you have two choices. One, you can zap one of the two in here. So if you have time, you can zap it in. And what zapping does is it splits time in half. It splits it into time and AVAX at a 50-50 ratio. It creates a liquidity pool token, and then it deposits that liquidity pool token. Now, the problem with zapping is that you may lose up to 2% of that investment, which can be a pretty hefty amount. And I don't necessarily recommend zapping. I recommend doing this manually and saving yourself that 2%. Because 2% is huge, especially with larger investments. So how do you make a time AVAX LP token? Well, the first thing you need to do is go over to trade. And whatever it is you have, whether time or AVAX, you need to have a 50-50 split. So how do you do that? Well, math. Right, basic math. If it's difficult for you to work that math out, what I do sometimes when I'm lazy is I will put all the money into AVAX, and then I will just like split that in half and leave a little bit more AVAX, and that's it. So let's just say I have, I don't know, do I have any time at all? Yeah, a tiny bit. So I would do like max, I'd push it all over there, and then, I see I had 0.14, so then I would do 0.07, and I'd send it over to time. However, I will always want to leave a little bit of gas in there. So this is technically not enough for that example to work, but the basic idea is you get 50-50 ratio for both of these. 50% AVAX, maybe 51% AVAX, and 49% time, because you want to leave yourself a little bit of AVAX for gas. Okay, once you've done that, you'll go to pool, you'll click on AVAX time, and you'll click max on whichever one you have slightly less of, which is always going to be time, right? Because you can't use all of your Avalanche because you will have no gas. So you click max on time, you'll click supply, you'll click confirm supply, and what that will do is it will create a liquidity pool token. So no longer do you have time, no longer do you have the AVAX that you committed to this LP token, you have a receipt liquidity pool token, and it will look something like this, right? This is a liquidity pool token. It may look like, do I have any more? It may look like this, these JLPs, which is like, I think, Joe liquidity pool. It'll look like that, right? You'll have some amount of a JLP, which again is not AVAX, it's not time. It's like a receipt token saying that you have committed this to liquidity. Now what you can do with that beautiful liquidity pool token is you can take it over here, and you click max. Oh, I have some? Huh. And then you'll click mint. I mean, this is going to cost me more. Oh no, I don't want to reset mint. So you'll click mint, you'll go through the transaction, you'll click confirm, and then you're pretty much done. Now, in order to actually achieve this 10.185% ROI, what you'll need to do is every so often prior to the rebase, you'll need to go to your pool, click on it, click redeem, and then click claim and auto stake. Now I have nothing to claim because I did a tiny little contribution, but you'll click claim and auto stake, and you'll do that before each rebase, prior to each rebase, which will allow you to capture the rebase percentage. Now, if you do this a couple hours before, totally fine. You know, these numbers might be a little bit off, but you'll always make up for it in the next rebase. So that's it, really. That's totally it. If you can swing it and not do what I did, what you'll do is you'll start this right after rebase. That way you have the full sort of almost 8 hours of accruing your rewards here, because remember, you're going to get roughly 20% of your of the discounted time that you purchased, or discounted memo that you purchased before each rebase, or every 8 hours. Is that right? No, it's 1/15. Whatever 1/15 is, you're going to get 1/15 of your investment every 8 hours. And so if you mint right after a rebase, then you will have a full 1/15 of accumulating your claimable rewards before the next rebase. All right. So that is it, basically. Hopefully that answers a lot of questions on how this stuff works. So once again, this is where you claim an auto stake. You will be able to do this throughout the 5 days, and then once you do that, you can start the whole process over again by going to stake, unstake, unstaking that time, splitting it back into time AVAX, or converting it to wrapped AVAX or meme, whatever is the best, and then doing the process over again. And you do that over and over and over again, you may end up getting near 130,000% APY, which is really, really good. Also wanted to quickly show you this tool. It's zapper.fi. It allows you to enter your address and sort of see all of your LP tokens and the protocols you're utilizing. So here I can see that I'm using Wonderland time protocol, that I have LP tokens being bonded or minted of this value, and that I have this much claimable at the moment. So it's a really cool way to track your protocols all in one centralized location. Finally, if you want to get a hold of this calculator, just reach out to me on Twitter, link in the description. There are a bunch of ways that you can have this. One is by becoming a member of my Patreon, then you have access to all my paid calculators. Another is by just sending me a contribution to my PayPal or MetaMask. Send me a message on Twitter to do that. And then finally, by sending me proof of a charitable donation to a charity of your choosing. Again, probably through Twitter DMs. Okay, I feel like there was one last thing I wanted to mention. Oh, yeah, one last thing. So, the way this works is that when you mint or bond, you can't unmint or unbond. Like you've committed to purchase time or memo at this % discount. You cannot undo that. You have 5 days until you can actualize or realize the total that you purchased at a discount. That's called a vesting period, and you can claim throughout that time. That's it. So you cannot pull your LP token back out. You can't undo any of that. Once what's done is done. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.